Good morning. I'm Devin O'Day. It's time for Main Street today. It's our morning show, midday. Grab you a cup of something and have a little break from work if you can. Or you can always watch us and come back later. And if you're on the replay, always hashtag replay or just say, hey, we stopped by to see y'all. We're interactive. You know that whenever you guys stop by, I love putting your comments on screen and you being part of everything. I love telling you about ways to win stuff. If you're a race fan, the Rackley 200 is coming up June 23rd at the Super Speedway, the National Super Speedway out in Wilson County. A 4-pack of tickets you can register to win to the Rackley 200, the truck race, the Friday night race, the meet and greet with Matt DiBenedetto, the Rackley driver, and of course some Rackley swag. All of that, all you have to do is go to any of our Main Street websites, whether it's Main Street Nashville, whether it is the Wilson Post or the Cheatham County Exchange, the Robertson County Connection. You guys can go and register to win. And it's 4-pack, so you can take your whole family. I love, 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 love that. And that is the Super Speedway. We got more information about stuff going on in the Super Speedway, so just stay tuned for that. But first, I've told you, it's that time of year where I'm outside a lot. I'm lugging on feed bags and fertilizer bags and all sorts of stuff. If you're like me and things get out of whack in your back, or maybe you suffer from sciatica, I have been looking for a chiropractor. I had a great one that retired, said, I'm not doing this anymore. And I can respect that, but I really needed a chiropractor. And I called a lot of places, and I thought about going to one of those places where you just kind of walk in off the street and pay a little something every month and you don't really know who you get. Well, I really loved getting to meet Dr. Wendy Toohey, and she's at the Gill Center for pain, neck and spine pain. And that's a ways for me. It's got to drive, but I liked her so much. And I liked that she was real gentle and very conservative with how she did the different things. And I loved all the different modalities, but I wanted you to kind of get to know her too. I got to sit down with her and just ask her some questions. This time I wanted to know about spinal decompression. I want to ask you about spinal decompression. What is that process and what is it like? Does it hurt?
That's a great question. So the way that I'm going to answer that is I've been a patient myself. About 2 years ago, I had pain in my shoulder, which I thought was a shoulder problem, and I did all the therapies I knew to treat the shoulder. But it turns out what was causing the pain here was that I had a disc problem in my neck. So I did spinal decompression, and when I finally handled the cause of the problem, which was that I had a disc in my neck putting pressure on this nerve that was causing all of these symptoms into my shoulder and arm, this problem got better. So is it painful? No, because what it's doing is it's distracting, and it's drawing fluid and nutrients back into the disc that's become compressed. And so as you do that, it helps to keep pressure off of that nerve. So it's not temporary, it's something that builds, and with each treatment I got better and better and better. And so another analogy that I like to tell people, or it's not an analogy, it's what happens. In the morning, we start really early in the morning, and there'll be a row of patients on the table, they'll all be sleeping. So they all go back to sleep. So no, if it was uncomfortable, I don't think they'd be sleeping. No, it's a comfortable, when the spine becomes compressed and there's pressure on the nerve and you open that up and you take pressure off of the nerve, it feels good. It feels good. We just need to get the body to sustain that. So it's not going to change someone's life in a treatment or two. That's why we work with our patients pretty consistently over a certain amount of time, which ultimately helps them get a maximum correction.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
We have no shortage of sporting events to go to. No shortage. But it's the time of year we get really busy at CMA Music Fest. And I don't know about you, but even if you're not in the fray all the time and deep in it, it's still very busy sometimes for some of us. And to me, this week is like, whoa. But I love my friend Jason Goolsby. I know I've got a lot of friends. My friend Jason Goolsby, who is a real estate agent in Wilson County with Keller Williams. And he had this house where they had planted all these wonderful daylilies and they had labeled them all. And I just, it just so comforted me to see his post about these different lilies. And I think sometimes in the middle of our week, in the middle of our day, just take a little time to stop and appreciate the flowers. Here's Jason Goolsby by one of the houses that he's selling.
I want you to look, since I did that video before and after, look how they've opened up. I'll see some more getting ready. They'll be popping open here. Look at that one. I guess this is called Francis of Assisi. This is the same one down here. All American Chief. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, that looks the same as the All American Chief, but that's called Belagosi. Somebody that's a flower person, Irish person, can probably tell me. Get out of the light. There we go. What the difference is.
I love just taking time to just appreciate something like that. Yesterday we taped our show at the Omni Nashville, and Pat Boone was one of our guests. You forget that he was a Nashville native, and he grew up on Lone Oak. And he said that when he and his brother were little, they would pull buttercups out of the yard, and his mom would wrap them with some paper towels and water, and they would sell them on the side of the road over on Granny White Pike. Isn't that something, just to make a little extra money? Can you imagine Pat Boone selling buttercups on the side of the road at Granny White Pike? But I love that story, but just taking the time to see the flowers when they bloom. Cheekwood has some really important things coming up, and we've got a story about that. But it is Wagon Tails Wednesday, and people ask me all the time about going places to enjoy a farm. Did you know that Tennessee actually has a dude ranch that you can go to, and it's close by? I found it yesterday. I wanted to share. The Tennessee Dude and Guest Ranch. You can go in and just be part of the farm extravaganza, and you can ride, you can learn about farms and all that. The Tennessee Equine Vacations. It's just, I didn't even know that existed until yesterday. So I'm sharing it with you. Who is watching today? Who is watching? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see, Elizabeth. It's always good to have you. Always good to have you. Mona Bagsby, if you guys would like to be part of this show and let us tell your story, well, you get in touch with Mona Bagsby. We got to talk about pupper yoga. Yeah, puppy yoga. There's my Jackie. Love me some Jackie. Love me some Jackie. Good morning, Steve Burney. Good morning. Let's see. Oh, Angie, we've been missing you. We've been missing you. Now, Gina, we've been missing you too. Where have you been? Where have you been? Okay, let's see. Oh, good morning, Shelly. I ran by Shelly like a crazy woman this morning. Well, there are some fun things happening. I'm going to go and get the story real quick. Oh, there's new stamps. It's Wagon Tails Wednesday. We got new stamps for endangered species. Just hold on. It'll be right after this. We're going to go to the zoo first. Stuff doesn't work. I just hate it. I just hate it. Let me see if I can make this work. Y'all, that just irritates me. Just irritates me. But I do know what. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that this works, because everything I've touched this morning is like, no, we're not going to work. The Daily Yummy. We're going to actually, the Yummy is a place that you might not have been in a while. It's a great place for lunch, and we forget about it because it's in such a pretty spot. We only think about the exhibits and the gardens. And if you want to stop and see the flowers, Cheekwood is your place. Our Daily Yummy is brought to us by Mid-South Exteriors, and we're going to cross our fingers that the Bruce Monroe story and their wonderful new exhibit will come up right after this. Hang on.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs, and they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at MidSouthExteriors.com.
Art is a reflection of your life. I only really came to that moment of understanding when I was about 40. My father had just died, and I realized I needed to make work that expressed the positive things about life rather than the negative. I got a very rewarding sense of doing something that was useful, not only to myself, but to my family, to my friends, and maybe a tiny bit useful to the world at large. Up to that point, I don't think I felt that I was contributing very much in life. I was just going through the motions. Naturally, the Impressionists caught my imagination as a young teenager. One of my favorite abstract painters, the British artist called Howard Hodgkin. And the reason I was drawn to his work was because he was the first person that I felt painted emotion and experience of being in a place. The reason I use light to express myself and create art with is because I was a terrible painter. So I decided that light was much easier for me. There's so much to love about light. It's immediacy and it's ephemeral. You flick a switch and it's there, and you flick it off and it's gone. Inspiration is many and varied, and it's really a reflection of your life. Creating art is about seeing how you look at the world. And if you look carefully, it will tell you things. If you're generous with what you're looking at, it will be generous and give back to you. I think I'm really interested now, and have been for a long while, with what it is to be here, to be alive, and just trying to find simple ways of expressing that and sharing those thoughts and ideas with others. Hopefully I've become more of an open human being. When you're younger, you might be a little bit more closed, and as you get older, it doesn't matter, because you see the importance of time. Time is precious, and there's no point trying to hide things. You've just got to open up and be free with your feelings and communicate as best as you can.
Isn't that beautiful? Bruce Monroe, his exhibit is at Cheekwood now. It is, if you want a place that's romantic to go to for dinner, Sunday brunch, if you just want lunch with the ladies, it is fantastic. It is a Nashville staple. I said, if you want to find a place that is really good and you can always count on it, go to a place that's been around for a long time in Nashville, not just a brand new place, but a place that's been around for a while. Well, I'll tell you a place that I love, and that is New Leash on Life. It is in Wilson County. My friend Angela Chapman. Hi, Angela. Once a month, they have puppy yoga in conjunction with the Y. June 10th, that's this Saturday, 2:30 p.m., Rescue Puppy Yoga in conjunction with Margaret Maddox, who teaches that. If you go to the Facebook page for New Leash on Life, Home of the Joy Clinic, you can get all the details and sign up, raise money, get awareness to this wonderful organization, what Angela does, and their low-cost spays and neuters out at the Joy Clinic in Lebanon are fantastic. Good stuff. And this Sunday, the 41st annual Sunday Morning Country, it's happening at the Opry House. You can still get tickets at opry.com. You don't have to be part of the country music fest. You don't have to do that. This can be just your afternoon Sunday concert. I love it. And it's over and it's still light outside. Opry.com to get your tickets on that. It's fantastic. And do not forget, coming up June 22nd through 24th, the Extreme Mustang Makeover. You see wild horses that have been trained beautifully. And there are also horses that you can bid on if you would like one of them at the end of the show. So it's a very, very cool thing, the Extreme Mustang Makeover. Man, there's so many people. Elizabeth, I need to get to Cheekwood. I've been out there. I've been here 9 years now and have never been. It's always looked so beautiful. It is. And they're having to replace, at Cheekwood this year, they're having to replace some things that got hit by the freeze, but it will not affect their wonderful, wonderful event that they've got coming up. Well, I did find this, the stamp story. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to see if I can get it, because this is very cool. I love when they issue new stamps. And when they do, especially when they get a new theme, sometimes they're raising money for something important, like the endangered species stamps. It's Wagon Tails Wednesday, and it's an animal story. And I thought the stamps just came out this month.
The Postal Service is pleased to present new Forever stamps celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Endangered Species Act. In 1973, President Richard Nixon signed this landmark legislation after a unanimous Senate vote. The law states that living things, quote, have an aesthetic, ecological, educational, historical, recreational, and scientific value to the nation and its people. It also states that species are entitled to exist for their own sake. Under the Act, imperiled wildlife and plants receive special protections to improve their prospects for survival. There is no question that these protections are effective. Since the Endangered Species Act took effect, scientists estimate that hundreds of species in the United States have been rescued from the brink of extinction, including our national symbol, the bald eagle, which is also prominently featured in the Postal Service's logo. At this time, I'd like to present the Endangered Species Forever stamps. These stamps pay tribute to wildlife protected by the Endangered Species Act. We hope the endangered species stamps tell the story of hard work and hope while raising awareness about endangered animals and wildlife and the efforts to protect them. They are available now at USPS.com and at post offices nationwide.
I thought those were so beautiful. I'm not a stamp collector, but I sure, and you know what? And I've started sending cards and letters now. I tell you who really got me back into that is Terry Pugh. It is launch date day. Every Wednesday we meet together, and she sends the sweetest notes and the sweetest cards. And you don't know how much you missed them until you get a handwritten note in the mail. So I would encourage you, if you want to do something to really lift somebody's day, I mean, you can go to Dollar Tree and get a whole pack of cards for $1.25, and then put one of those beautiful stamps on there and just say, I was thinking about you. It's pretty cool. Well, we didn't get to talk with Worth Beauty Company and Michelle Probst this week, but she did go. She did last week. She took us along with her to get Botox injections. I don't go do injections. She goes, you don't do fillers? You don't do injections? No, I don't do any of that stuff. It's hard for me to get a flu shot. I don't like needles. I would have a tattoo if I didn't, hate needles so much. But she said, well, I'm going to take you with me so you can see, and it's not so scary. Well, I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you, but she's going to take us all with us. We're going to all go with her next.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Y'all, I'm here at my favorite place to get rejuvenated, and I'm getting some birthday Botox from Milan Wellness Center. And I'm here with Pooja, who is my injectionist. Now, let me ask you a question. Does everyone need numbing cream like I do? I'm such a baby.
Not everybody, but a lot of people do. I like numbing cream a lot for myself. I'm a baby about it, but some people can get through without it. It's just based on client preference.
So she's putting numbing cream on me because honestly, y'all, you cannot do this without numbing cream. Or that's just me.
I'm gonna have you smile for me real big. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other side.
So if you have a big event or a big something coming up, how far in advance should you get Botox?
I would definitely recommend at least 2 weeks because that's how long it takes your Botox to settle. It's best to just plan for 2 weeks in advance.
Okay. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Heidi's very cool. Okay. All right. And Elizabeth, very cool. No, Heidi's going, nope. I know it seems like it'd be perfect when you see the end results, and then you see the Elizabeth. I know that feeling. Well, Elizabeth, you look great with whatever you do. You look fantastic. Well, anyway, I will tell you something that I am gonna do, and that is the Join All of Us research project. I think is the coolest thing that we can take our health information, you put it in a big information bank, and it can help everyone. Our diagnosis could be somebody else's diagnosis, and our information can help the greater good. I didn't even understand that until I started hearing the stories from the Join All of Us campaign brought to us by 50 Forward. I'll tell you about 50 Forward coming up, but just know that you can go to joinallofus.org/50 Forward and be part of this amazing thing. Here's just one of the stories as to why.
We all have reasons to share our health stories. We all have reasons to share our health stories.
Being diagnosed with cancer, it is a very frightening thing. As a younger woman, I would have never thought I would have brain surgery. I would have never envisioned it. I have had brain surgery, I have had breast surgery, and I'm a survivor. Living in a family that really encouraged community service, it meant the world to me to help those in need by providing my information to researchers so that perhaps they can help someone else. Medical research impacts all of us. People of all ages, of all nationalities, of all genders. There are so many needs out there, and the stories need to be told. And I can't think of a better way of helping other people.
Share your health stories today and help guide the discoveries of tomorrow. Learn more at joinallofus.org.
50 Forward is a place for anybody my age or older who would like to be part of a community doing fun things all the time. There are centers all around Middle Tennessee. 50forward.org brings us our daily giggle. And I love this one. I used to have an African gray parrot. They are so smart. I swear to you, they're not just mimicking, they're having conversations with you. Mine, her name was Bernice. She hated me. She tried to break my finger. She hated me. I had her for many, many, many years. And then I boarded her with Dr. McCormick Animal Clinic over on Stewart's Ferry. And I walked in to pick her up, and she was on his shoulder, nuzzling him, going, I love you. I love you. So that's where she lived out her days, is with Dr. McCormick. I said, look, she loves you. But anyway, I found this for the Daily Giggle. You will love this African gray.
Fresh water and you got poo-poo in there.
Where?
Probably next there. Hey, go turn on that.
I could change your water if you got poo-poo in there.
Oh,
Last time I checked, you didn't have
I'm sorry. Let's take fresh water and you got poo-poo in there.
Just wanted the attention. I want some fresh water. It's got poo-poo in there. You got to do it. Time for our motivation moment, brought to us by Rackley Roofing.
Okay, I'm not gonna cry.
Yes, you are.
This is my brother, and we went down to Fort Benning to watch him graduate basic training back in March, and literally they wouldn't let him leave. He's about to be deployed over in Europe. I can't say where, but we went and got tattoos together. So I have these two butterflies on my arm, and it means no matter where you fly, I'm always by your side. And yeah, this is special. Try not to get too torn up because I gotta walk. I gotta, do this today. But thank you. You guys are the best school ever, sweetest people ever. I'm glad to have them here.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it. One roof at a time.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. A shout out to Linda Sanders. Thank you for liking my matching glasses. That's what Dollar Tree is for, girl. It's what it's for. Oh, be safe, everybody. Be kind and remember you are loved. And Troy Castellano sings our theme song, and it's time to cue the band. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your